In today's video, we are going to talk about that Bitcoin is trading below some key levels in the Bitcoin price. And again, guys, I'm going to make a warning to every single one of you that is using Binance or is invested in BNB token. We will have a look at this chart because it ain't looking that good if you ask me. We're also going to have a look at some different charts like stablecoin dominance and some different Bitcoin charts, and maybe we can get a little bit more sense of what's happening right here. If this is a action like a liquidity grab and Bitcoin can just shoot up from here, or whether we just really just finished a move where we are going to have a bigger retracement from. So guys, all about that in today's video. Right now, let's jump straight into it. Well, first of all, guys, one thing we cannot really ignore is that on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, it's looking very, very ugly. We haven't got a weekly close. We will get that Sunday night, but so far right now, Bitcoin is trading, and don't get shocked, guys, but Bitcoin is trading below the 21 weekly exponential moving average. That is the orange line right here, which, as you can see, has been acting as support, but also below the 200 week moving average, which is generally the bear market low. So I don't think that is a really good sign, especially if we close below that. We did got a close below that before at March 2020. I would say the relative strength index is same oversold right now as it was in March 2020. However, if we do get a close below this level, I'm definitely personally going to scale out a little bit just to have my position secured for more downside. And I see a lot of people are turning bullish after this drop, but I don't think the majority really realizes that this actually could be a impulsive for a couple of months. Bitcoin continue to trade down. It's possible, right? Like, I'm not going to have 100% of my portfolio in Bitcoin, which I put in right here, right the way up, like 100% profit. Right now it's 60% profit, just to get it down at that low again. I'm not going to do that. So a part of my Bitcoin holding I will definitely take out if we get that weekly close below these levels. If we just shoot up right here and then get a weekly close above, like we did for example right here, and like we did for example right here, then it will be definitely different, right? That is a kind of fake out, or we still getting holded by the support. So that would be a signal for me that I'm going to remain 100% of my portfolio in crypto. Then guys, I want to bring you to this chart. This is the CME futures chart, and what we can see right here is a very clear change of structure. Right, we had a rising channel, we broke that to the downside, a very clear change of structure. Also, again, I really want to be grateful for WhalePortal, because right before this dump, and I shared this over on WhaleAlerts, right before this dump, I actually opened a short position based on the signals that we were seeing on WhalePortal. And if I didn't use WhalePortal, I would never see that, because as you guys know, I was actually bullish during this price action, but I'm very happy that last moment I could flip bearish just by looking at the signs over on whaleportal.com. So that was really beautiful. But if you look at the CME futures chart right here, we got a gap below us at $20,000. I said before also, sooner or later we are going to fill this gap, right? We don't even have to do it this year or next year. Like, we can still have a bull market and then later in the next bear market come down and fill that gap. You guys know my opinion. I think the next bear market will be quite rough and quite long. Therefore, definitely I think Bitcoin could go back to the levels of $20,000. But right now it looks to me that, yeah, we're breaking down right now, and if we cannot get a break above these key moving averages, then in the next coming months or half a year ahead, we most likely will visit the level of $20,000 to fill that gap. That's what I think. Also, when we take the Fibonacci retracement tool from the low till the highs, we can take it from here. That looks a little bit more beautiful, right? The CME gap is also at the 61.80%. That is quite nice. But yeah, normally in an uptrend, we never retrace only to the 23.60%, which is $26,000. like we at least go to the 38 or 50%, and most often even to the 61.80%. So yeah, I definitely think, guys, that I'm gonna change my bias a little bit right here. Long term, if you are a hodler of Bitcoin, if you have a long-term horizon, I would still say don't worry. This is actually very bullish price action, because we had the bear market low, we had a 100% increase from the bear market low. Right now we just most likely get a correction, which is completely fine, right? It's just for me that you have to have a set of rules in play when you are trading. If you every time when you are trading like try to make an exception, like okay, this time is different, or I'm gonna hope that this is going to happen, then you don't really respect your own rules. And my rule normally is below the 21 weekly EMA is bearish, above is bullish. Right here we could go all in because we saw a lot of signs of capitulation, and we just saw that this was a huge opportunity to buy, also based on time. This was exactly in the time band of the 4-year cycle low, and eventually we got a nice rally right here, 100% increase. But breaking back below these key levels, even the 200 week, which has been a very significant level, is just showing weakness in the price, right? We couldn't break above that horizontal resistance. So yeah, therefore I'm going to be just a little bit cautious. But yeah, who knows what's going on? Maybe BlackRock is crashing the price right now, just to get like some more cheap Bitcoin before the ETF is getting approved. I don't know. Like, we don't know what's going on, right? The only thing that I'm seeing is the structure. Key levels are being broken. We almost close below these key levels in 1.5 days. So these are just some things that I'm looking at that are concerning me. And also one thing that's concerning me, guys, that's really concerning me is Binance. Because Binance just looks like, this chart looks like it wants to break down. We had a massive increase in the valuation of Binance token, and nothing against Binance, because Binance is the biggest exchange out there, but I don't know about their culture, of course. But for me personally, when I just look at the fundamentals, the Binance token is basically worth nothing. Right, it's an exchange token. What it's going to do? The only purpose that it has is getting like a fee discount on your trading. So for me, this doesn't make sense at all. Of course, it's the biggest exchange out there, but nevertheless, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that Binance is acting super differently than an exchange like FTX. They maybe have their books a little bit more in order, but still, they also have an exchange token. A lot of the valuation is based on the exchange token, but the exchange token is actually kind of thin air, because it's only a token that gives you discount on fees. It doesn't have that much utility. It's not really needed, right? There is no like fundamental demand for a Binance token or any token out there. If you use an exchange, you get some fee discounts. Okay, that can be nice, right? But that I think is the only incentive. And we have a story right here, guys, that someone says, and I don't know if this is true. I will do some more research today. If you know something about this, let me know in the comment section down below. But there goes a story that Binance got hacked, and that a lot of BNB tokens were being stolen and were being dropped on different markets, and that there is a loan liquidation for BNB at $212. And they say that like if we do reach that level of $212, that loan will be liquidated, which means it will be bad for BNB token. So I don't know if this is true. I'm also not saying that this is true. I'm just saying that we are reading some information that also just say that there might be some trouble. And then there's also this one. We only hold Binance CEO suddenly, like 13 hours ago, bans futures trading for employees. But it's kind of funny, like, I mean, the timing of that is kind of funny, because we are at the edge of a breakdown in the BNB token, and suddenly you you ban futures trading for employees, maybe for insider trading. Maybe he doesn't want employers to short BNB token. I don't know, but it just looks ugly, because generally, if this was not Binance token, if this was any other token, right, and you have such a structure where we just have a nice U-shaped bottom breakout, beautiful, and then we come up, we have a massive pump followed by a descending triangle with this big gap below us, which never has been retested. And guys, the same happened basically with FTX token, FTT. We also had a descending triangle, and eventually we lose that support and we get a massive dump. I'm not saying this is going to happen with Binance, but if I look at this technical structure, I don't see any reason to hold this token. So yeah, guys, this is basically what I'm looking at right now. Bitcoin losing some key levels. It might provide us with a big buying opportunity, and it most likely does for the longer term time frame. However, in the shorter term time frame, this is just not the best signal unless we just get a quick reverse right here, reclaim these levels, and close above these levels. Because generally, guys, when Bitcoin breaks below the 21 weekly EMA, it's just not that bullish. Also not in a bull market, right? This was a bull market, but still, we broke below the 21 weekly EMA, got a kind of retest, not a reclaim, and right here the momentum just moved a little bit, and we can see here that everyone was extremely bullish. Exactly at the end, because the open interest was going crazy. This is something that I'm really happy with WhalePortal to see at the end. So because I was also one of the bulls, and I was also thinking technically Bitcoin is in an uptrend, right? So I would say in the majority of the cases you also will be right, because when Bitcoin is in an uptrend, of course the chances are higher for Bitcoin to resume or continue that uptrend, right? But the signs over on WhalePortal were very clear. The funding rates were extremely positive. The premium index became positive. Open interest was at very high levels, which means that everyone was basically long. So then there's no liquidity anymore to get higher, right? So then eventually the price just crashed down. So I'm really happy with this, guys. I think it can really help in your trading game. And this helps you also to be flexible, right? To shift just focus from being a bull to being a bear in shorter term time frames. I think it's really one of the biggest edges that you can have as a trader. So yeah, guys, this is what I'm watching with Bitcoin right now. Let's see how this weekend is going to play out. If we are going to get a miracle ETF approval and suddenly the thing goes back up, let's see what is going to happen. Of course, in the shorter term time frame, we could be in for a bounce, right? We see the relative strength index coming up while the price is coming down. We could have a bounce in the shorter term time frame. That's definitely possible. But I really want to follow these rules that when I see weakness, I just want to be cautious. And if then the Bitcoin price turns around and I have to re-enter a little bit higher, but I have less risk, then so be it. That is part of my risk management. That's part of my trading game, and it has me. It would have served me well in the past. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm watching. I hope you can enjoy. I hope you can enjoy this video. I hope you can appreciate this video as well. And yeah, guys, I want to wish every single one of you a very beautiful day today. If you like this video, please consider to drop a thumbs up. If you like the extra information, guys, because this short we actually shared over on WhaleAlerts. That is a private Telegram channel which has a high priority in creating extra content on what's happening with the markets. I maybe made 3 videos in the days that this was happening, talking about what's going on and so on. And you can basically join this Telegram for free only by being an active trader on one of the exchanges down below in the description. But I would highly suggest to use BitGet or Bybit basically to join WhaleAlerts. Okay, guys, that was for today's video. I wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.